All right, now the big release of the week is Kick-Ass. Now, Kick-Ass is based on the Mike Millar graphic novel. By the way, I'm just letting you know, I don't know if you know this, that by law, all films must be based on graphic novels.
It's getting to that point.
It's getting to that point. So, Kick-Ass stars Nicolas Cage and some British kid whose name I don't remember.
and Chloe Moretz.
And Chloe Moretz. Now, we'll talk about all of them right after we watch a clip.
I'm Kick-Ass. You mail me? Please. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, I'm not. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you, all right? Oh, no, it's me, all right? I was only just trying to surprise you. I'm sorry.
Gay? Why are you just as Kick-Ass?
Because I am Kick-Ass.
What are you talking about?
And I'm also not gay.
Now, before we talk about the film and how terrific we both thought it was, it's funny how in the lifespan of the superhero genre, you know, usually when genres will establish themselves, first a genre will be new.
Yes.
And then it will establish itself, the rules of its game, and that'll sort of happen for a number of years. Now we're at the point where
people are breaking the rules, where they're going outside the box and they're exploring it in interesting new ways. We've talked recently, just in the past few years, there have been a number of these unconventional superhero movies, things like Special with Michael Rappaport and Defendor with Woody Harrelson, about real people who in worlds where superheroes don't exist, who for reasons of mental illness or drug abuse become self-ordained superheroes. And it kind of goes back a little bit to what they did with The Greatest American Hero in the 80s, which is really ahead of its time. But this is actually based on a comic that is sort of an anti-comic about kids who become superheroes in a world where there are no superheroes. And that same colleague of ours who was extracted from the screening actually predicted that I would hate this movie. Why? Because I'm a snob, right? Wade only likes independent films and foreign films and snooty stuff that popular culture doesn't endorse. Wrong. Wrong. I love this movie. Love this movie. Love this movie. There are movies that make you not want to have children. Village of the Damned, The Omen, Raising Arizona, right? These movies make you not want to have children. This movie makes me want to have a daughter.
Now, what you're referring to is in the film, there's a character named Kick-Ass. He's kind of a Peter Parker type nerd, right? He doesn't get the girls and whatnot, and he decides that he wants to become a superhero. Now, I found the story of Kick-Ass, the character Kick-Ass, okay, not as interesting. However, there is a side story involving Nicolas Cage and his 11-year-old daughter. And Nicolas Cage is a superhero for very personal, specific reasons.
Well, becomes one. This is what is interesting. Nobody becomes a superhero in this movie until Kick-Ass becomes a superhero. But he's not. He's a really ineffective superhero. But what he does is he inspires others who are perhaps more qualified and more capable to step forward and do exactly what he's been doing. So there's something interesting about that dynamic, that the guy who is least capable still is the inspiring force that generates this almost epidemic of people putting on costumes.
So, true. And so now you've got Nicolas Cage and the 11-year-old daughter who's been trained since 5 years old to be a foul-mouthed killing assassin, and the two of them band together to rid the world of this big crime boss played by Mark Strong. Now, I have to say that the interaction between Nicolas Cage and the girl is just gold. All of it is gold. I want to see them do 17 movies together.
I agree.
I loved it.
Could not agree more. Chloe Moretz, of course, everybody remembers her as the sister in 500 Days of Summer. Kind of a relatively small but memorable role, and she breaks through here. She is next going to be in Let Me In, which is the American remake of Let the Right One In, the Swedish vampire film, which oddly enough is directed by a friend of ours. The remake, not the original Swedish film, and I think it's casting genius at this point. I mean, it's giving that film a great lead-in because she's going to be huge now. And I have not enjoyed Nicolas Cage this much in years.
He's terrific. He
is so good. This is the Nick Cage I remember.
And the reason why this movie is so terrific, as opposed to something like Date Night, is because you look at Date Night and you see two amazing comic actors who look at a piece of crap script and say, meh, hole in my schedule, let's just crap it out and whatever. Here's a film that is not afraid to be an R.
Nope.
Nobody at this is not like a big studio film. Nobody said it should be a PG-13 because
it's got kids.
Because it's got kids and we'll get 5 extra people to see it.
It is. We have to say this movie, it doesn't just deserve its R, it earns its R. It really earns its R. This is a violent, bloody, profane, incredibly cynical film.
Most of that blood and violence and profanity is the girl.
It's the girl.
And it's great.
It's terrific. It is just so enjoyable in a really cathartic, politically incorrect way. We have to lay a lot of the praise on Matthew Vaughn, the director, who of course came from the Guy Ritchie school. Matthew Vaughn was a Guy Ritchie acolyte, and Layer Cake was a terrific film, which also kind of put put him into a different class as a director and not just a writer, and also put Daniel Craig into a different class. He's turned down some big studio projects, and here he's doing this for Lionsgate, and this blows away most studio films about real superheroes. It trashes them. It's so well made, so well paced, made with such energy. It's just first rate in every way.
It's true. You know what? The music choices are clever. The music supervision is very good. The score is very interesting and eclectic.
Yeah.
The performances are great. It looks great. It's funny because I think we were talking after the film where I had made the point that the script is not really ha-ha funny. It's actually fairly grounded. It's just that what they're going through is kind of absurd.
Well, when you first meet Nicolas Cage and Chloe, that scene gets probably the biggest laugh in the movie during probably its first half. That is a huge laugh. And you know what I'm talking about,
yes,
when they're in the river basin. That's an enormous laugh, and it's the shot that makes it funny. It's not because they're trying to be funny, it's the shot. And thereafter, I think a lot of the laughter that it earns is laughter that's related to how violent and extreme it is. You just can't believe they went there. You can't believe that they went all the way over the top and over the cliff, and that they're actually doing some of the things that they're doing with children. It's almost mind-boggling, and some people are going to be offended by it. Some people will be people like that crazy woman who was behind us in Watchmen, who was appalled in the prison scene.
That's
when Jackie Earle Haley started unleashing on people. It's like, what movie did you think you walked into, lady? This isn't Terms of Endearment. Really. And those kinds of people are not going to have a good time with this movie. They will be shocked and horrified and completely appalled. So, and good.
Yes,
I'm glad.
Because movies that...
They need to be.
Movies that have to be a certain thing and are that thing, they don't backpedal for financial reasons, they don't backpedal for creative reasons, for studio reasons, for demographic reasons. They just go there. Love that.
And that's what's refreshing about this. It's every movie that we normally see, it fits into a hole. It's a square peg in a square hole or something. This just goes outside all boundaries. It just breaks all the rules. It goes outside all the boundaries, and it's so refreshing to see it do that. I love it.
I
love
agree.
it. Best popcorn film I've seen in years.
That's right. Great film.
Absolutely.
We like Kick-Ass a lot.
Love Kick-Ass.
Wait a minute. You guys like the first film we review? Isn't that go against everything we've ever done in the show? And it's going to be like, this probably number one this week.
It better
you guys
be.
Actually liked it.
We love it.
Okay.
So I just want to point that out to everybody who says they're too cynical, they don't like anything, blah blah blah. There you go. You guys actually do like good movies.
No. Here's the thing. Can I say something? Here's what it's like. When you're 8 years old, all you want is fish sticks and tater tots. Fish sticks and tater tots is the greatest meal you've ever eaten in the world, and you want it every night because you love fish sticks and tater tots. Then you become a teenager and you eat less fish sticks and tater tots, and your palate sort of starts to get more sophisticated, and you want less of that. Then you become 20, 30, 40, whatever it is, and you don't want goddamn fish sticks and tater tots anymore because that's what kids eat. You want lobster and steak. That's what you want. Now, when you see 150 movies a year, you don't want to eat tater tots anymore. You want steak and lobster. So it's okay once in a while to see a film that is basically fish sticks and tater tots, but you can do that once or twice a year, maybe. Otherwise, your palate gets more sophisticated, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying you can't live on fish sticks and tater tots forever. Write that down. The fish sticks and tater tots analogy rocked. Where's my applause for the fish sticks and tater tots analogy? Wade, back me up.
I have nothing to add. That nails it.
You've been schooled.
I couldn't possibly improve on that.
But what we're saying is that
it's
look,
a great
unlike
film.
Date Night, if you're going to be a movie, just effing try. Just try. Date Night doesn't even try. The Bounty Hunter doesn't even try.